hacks. And before we get started, I want you to know that, look, I've been doing this for 15 years, 10 of which are documented right here on YouTube, right? So for me, it's going to be significantly easier to get results from my clients, like 30 days, 60 days, 90 days, than you doing it yourself. Just the same as it would take me probably quite some time to learn what you do for a living, okay? So when you see all of these people who are like 4 days, 5 days, 7 days, remove all your negative items, it's a crock. It's a crock, and they just want you to open up your wallet, because I will tell you that if it were like that, there's many things I could say here, but if it were like that, then they would give it first to the military, because I mean, I'm not even gonna go into the because, but yeah, they'd give it to the military first, okay? Second thing is, you wouldn't pay for it. It would be free, because it would be you getting those people commission, right? The loan officers, the dealership, salespeople, all that crap. So all these things that you want probably have a commission attached, and they would make sure that you get funded whatever type of loan that you're going for. And you would see it all on billboards: bad credit, no problem, let's get you into that car, that, you know, house, that whatever. Or, you know what, you want a $10,000 line, not a problem, this is exactly how you're going to do it, and we're going to do it right here instantly. Bob down the streets gonna help you, and I'm going to start your application right now. That is exactly how it would be. So stop believing people when they tell you that this is going to happen instantly, because it's not. Now, having said that, there's quite a few things that you can do, like right now, to increase your chances of getting results, okay? And another point here real quick, okay? I'm not telling you that you cannot fix your credit, because you can. I prove every day, all on my channel, that it works. You just have to do it the right way. When you do it the right way, you will get results. Maybe not as fast as I could get it for you, but you will get results, okay? Just the same as you can take your car to the damn mechanic and they'll fix it faster than you getting a manual and figuring it out yourself with some YouTube videos, okay? It's the same exact thing, all right? But there are things that you can do, like I said, right now to increase your chances, such as when you send out your dispute, you definitely need to send it out with the notarized identification verification form, okay? If you are sending out your disputes without this form, proving that you are you, that you went to someone and they're certifying that you are you with your ID and some other proof of identification, like your utility bill or your lease or whatever, the chances that the credit bureaus are going to come back and say, oh, well, we think you are working with a credit repair company. And you don't want to do that. Why? Because FCRA 611G, G like George, credit repair organizations exclusions, basically says that if the credit bureaus, or the creditors even, or the collectors for that matter, think that you are working with a credit repair company, sorry, you are not going to have your dispute letters investigated. Yeah, they can do that. They do that, and they're going to do that. So right now, in 2024, you need to be sending out that notarized identification verification form. Every single time you send out that letter, that needs to go with it, with your identification. Yeah, I know, it's tedious, right? Nobody wants to go and drive over to the credit union for free and get it notarized. Nobody wants to pay $25 to get it notarized online. But I'm telling you that this is going to save you from rejections, and they only have to tell you one time that they are not going to investigate. All right, so you can get banned. Look, do you, that's on you. I'm just here to give you the advice that I have been collecting for 15 years, okay? Now, when you are sending out your disputes, send them out certified, okay? $4 and like 32 cents to send it out. Send it out certified. You need to be able to prove that, number one, it got there. So you need to be able to track that shit, okay? So send it out certified, track that it got there, so that you can go based on the date that it got there, count those 31 days, right? And that's when you're going to pull a new report, and you're going to prove that the notice of dispute was not entered. That's a whole nother video, but I'll post it down in the description when I'm done with this, as well as every other thing that I do after. So anything that we talk about right now, I'm going to post it down in the description as kind of an afterthought, all right? So the notarized identification verification form, I'll smack that sucker right in there. And look, we do need to talk about notice of dispute, because someone said something earlier that really irked me, okay? Notice of dispute, why does it work? Does it work? Yes, it does. Look, FCRA 623A3, failure to enter required notice of dispute within 30 days. If it's not there within 30 days, that account or that late payment or whatever cannot report. So, I mean, if you didn't send it out certified, you couldn't prove that 30 days has passed since they got it, right? Right. Do you have to send it out, return receipt? No, you don't. But I mean, it can help you, but it does cost $2 more. Sometimes that $2 is a little bit extra, especially if you're sending out 3 letters or you're sending out, more than 3 letters, right? So you don't have to do return receipt, but you do have to send it out certified. We need to prove when it got there so we can start counting those days. On that 31st day, pull that new report, and now we are going to prove that they didn't enter the notice of dispute, okay? So the credit bureaus and the creditors are FCRA 623A3, but the collectors are FDCPA 8078, and it says exactly the same thing. A disputed account that is not marked as disputed cannot report, okay? So that is every single thing I tell you has a purpose for it. Send it out certified, please, okay? It's a couple of dollars. Those dollars are going to save you a lot of time and a lot of money and a lot of headache and hassle, okay? A lot of H's, right? Okay, so next thing. You can put all of your accounts in the same letter. I don't care if you have 200, you have 40, you have 50 medical accounts, stick them all in the same damn letter, okay? A lot of the times I say 10 accounts per letter, 1 dispute reason per account, but there are times, like right now, going into the holiday season, when you can put them all in 1 letter, okay? So regardless of the quantity, go ahead and stick those suckers in there. Plus, it's gonna save on that certified mail, right? Every single dollar counts, especially right now, okay? And I will tell you something very, very important that we need to talk about in a separate video or a separate live. So you gotta make sure that you're subscribed, because if you miss this, oh man, it can cost you greatly. We're gonna leave it at that, because then I'm just gonna be talking for like hours, and I don't have hours, okay? So another thing, how many dispute reasons per account per letter? Look, if you have 5 accounts and they all have 5 inaccuracies or 5 violations, if you stick them all in that 1 letter, what happens when it comes back as verified? Because 9 times out of 10, it's going to come back verified, right? So if you can only use the same dispute reason 1 time, how can you say that same dispute reason again? You can't. It's going to come back as frivolous. So what do? You find that top number 1 dispute reason and you put it on that account. So an example would be you're disputing Capital One. Capital One has a problem with the date last paid. You're going to say blah, 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 Capital One, account number 517805, blah, 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 remove this because of the notice of dispute, or remove this because of the date last paid. You're only going to choose 1, okay? And you're going to include the facts. So when it comes back, if it unfortunately comes back verified as accurate, now you can go down that hierarchy, find that next thing. And you can't let the credit bureaus stop you or scare you or make you go away in defeat. You have to remember that they're there to make money off your information, okay? That is the job, the literal job that the credit bureaus have, is making you go away as quickly and cheaply as possible. Go look it up yourself. I have many videos about it as well if you want to get it from the source, okay? So the credit bureaus are in the data business. They obtain, maintain, and sell your information. That's it. That's it. You submitting your disputes to them based on, whatever inaccuracies and violations, that's just going to a complaints department. They're doing it because they're required to, and have been required to since 1973 or whatever. Prior to that, we had no say in any errors that were on our credit reports and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, we're moving in the right direction, at least until 2025. Again, we need to talk about that. But you need to just keep that at the forefront of your mind, that the credit bureaus are there to keep this on your credit report. That is how they make money, okay? Because everyone says, oh, well, if they don't respond in 30 days, yeah, okay. They're not going to respond in 30 days, and what are you going to do about it? How are you going to prove that they did not respond in 30 days? You can't. Why? Because their computer is going to say that for Jane Doe on X date that they replied, and that, oh, well, tough shit that they didn't get it. That's not our problem, okay? That's exactly what's going to happen. So why are you going to go through the headache and the trouble of trying to fight that? Okay, that makes absolutely 0 sense whatsoever. Now, going back to counting those days, you need to absolutely make sure that there's been exactly a minimum of 30 days between your disputes. If there's not, they're going to add an additional 15 days, which is another reason why that's for additional information submitted by consumer. That's another reason why you don't want to get your credit reports from Annual Credit Report, freecreditreports.com, or those sites. Why? Because I don't know how they know, but they know, okay? In, what is it, FCRA 611G, excuse me, not G, 611, it says that if you get your credit report from those two sites, that they can add an additional 15 days. I don't know why. They stick that crap in there so that you don't get results and you get frustrated and you're just like, I don't want to do this anymore. It's too much, okay? So make sure that you are getting your credit reports from other sites. The three that I would recommend, the number one is My Free Score Now. My link is down in the description, as well as for the other two. Then Smart Credit, then Identity IQ. Why do we start with My Free Score Now? Well, it shows way more information than the other sites, and because of that, you're going to get faster results when you are doing factual-based disputes like I show you how to. Where do I show you how to? I don't know, try the 10 years of videos that I've been posting in the hundreds of hours of my life that I've given you for free. That's where, and that's why you should subscribe. Why? Because there's nothing that I've never told you to tip me on Patreon. I've never told you to, XYZ. I'm here to show you how to legally and permanently remove your negative items for free. Yes, you can see if you can hire me at my740.com to remove your negative items for you, because obviously I'm going to do it faster, legally, permanently than you are, because this is what I do, and I'm an expert, literally an A-listed expert. But that doesn't mean that you can't. You can, because I give you all of the tools, okay? All right. When you are using debt validation, this is only going to a third-party collector. I repeat, when you are doing debt validation, it only goes to a third-party collector. Most people do not know that they can do it with the creditor, but most people who do know do it incorrectly and get their asses sued. I don't want you to get sued, and unless you have my guaranteed deletion debt validation dispute method program, then you should not be doing that, okay? And I don't say that to sell it to you, because I'm not going to tell you where to get it. I'm telling you that you should only do this when you know that it's virtually guaranteed to work, which is going to be with the third-party collectors. That's going to be like medical, the gym, the freaking lights, whatever. Those are third party, okay? Don't do it with portfolio recovery, with Midland, with second round. Don't do it with any of those. Calvary, those are debt buyers, and you're basically just putting yourself in the limelight. Come sue me because I'm trying to get my life correct, all right? I probably have some money to play around with, and I want you to take me to court. That's what you would be doing. Okay, when you are doing the debt validation, the secret is not trying to get them to send you some contract that you didn't sign. They're a debt collector. They're not going to have the contract. They never have a contract. They don't even have documentation or paperwork, okay? That's another secret here. They only have your name, your address, and possibly the last four of your social. That is the extent of the information that they have on you. Now, if there is a lawsuit, yeah, they will get documentation during the discovery process, and that's where you get like the paperwork and all that kind of stuff that's required for you to actually prove your case and win, right? But outside of that, they don't have it. Another thing is that the credit bureaus don't have it, right? So if the credit bureaus don't have it, how are they able to verify something if they don't have anything to go off of? That's something that you should probably be thinking about, because if you look in the FCRA and you look at congressional opinion, they're actually required to have that documentation prior to even reporting it on your credit report, okay? That is another video for another day. Just wanted to let you know about it. So stop asking for things that they don't have anyways. In the debt validation, we do have to ask for it though. So that's not what we're really trying to do. We're trying to catch them in that violation of failure to enter notice of dispute, and that comes on letter 3, okay? So there is a small process to this. If letter 1 doesn't work, there's 2 and there's 3, okay? Now, as far as where you can access that, you can text me. I'll tell you where to get it, but I didn't tell you about this to do that. I never say things, for like sales and all that kind of stuff, okay? Again, I am here to help you do what you need to do for free, okay? So as far as increasing your credit scores, right now, I will tell you that it's probably the easiest time to remove your inquiries. It's the easiest time to remove collections, and it's the easiest time to increase your credit scores. And there's many ways that you can do it, but if you're looking for a super fast boost, and this is probably going to sound stupid, all right, but go and add Chime. If you get some sort of what do you call it, oh, my brain just totally had a brain fart. Direct deposit. Thank you, brain. If you have some sort of direct deposit, then I recommend signing up for Chime, as in the Chime checking account. It's a Chime app. Just go to the Play Store, the App Store, whatever. Download Chime and then sign up for the credit builder card. Once you sign up for the credit builder card, when you make your first direct deposit, not only do you get all these other awesome things like MyPay advances and overdraft stuff and blah blah blah, but this is actually going to increase your credit score. It could possibly be like 200 points, okay? I had a client who had 0 points. They had 0 score. They had 0 anything. Like, there was nothing on their credit report. They added Chime, and 30 days later, it was maybe like 25 days later, now they had a 709. Then they kept at it, and then they had a 736, then a 759, and then we started adding these other accounts on there, okay? So if you were looking for a quick boost, that is my number one thing that you should be adding, unless you have all these other accounts. But I will let you know that yes, it is a secured account, but you're not putting any of your own money down. There's no like they hold on to it and all that kind of stuff. It acts like a debit card. I absolutely love Chime. Plus you can send money to anybody, okay? So yeah, Chime is absolutely fan-freaking-tastic. Okay, very last thing, because I have a client coming over right now. You really need to, when you are disputing your negative items, you need to find that number one violation, okay? I have many videos on this. We're not going to go over it, but you need to learn the hierarchy, because if you do, I promise you that you're going to decrease the amount of time that it takes to remove these things, and you're going to increase your credit score very quickly, all right? So speaking of increasing credit scores very quickly, if you need help with that, go to my740.com, schedule a call with me. I will see if I can help. Again, the link is my740.com. All right. So I actually see my client pulling up, so I am going to get going now, but I will see you guys.